Thought we'd go for a bit of Ken Block. Mick took us round on the loop to show us the route before we came out, and it was literally like Land Rover Gymkhana. We go through a barn with hay bales, smashing through trees.
I'm definitely not making it look
as sexy.
And we're also stuck.
Right, we've finished pissing about now, so we're going to do sorting out parts that need to go gloss black, stuff that needs to go silver, and that's pretty much it, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then get that done so that when we come in next time, we can just start getting that dashboard back on. Liam was saying about getting some, what did you say, 4-way stretch vinyl?
4-way stretch vinyl, yeah.
So get some vinyl so we can cover this, because the part that covers the wiper motor, as we can see, is a little bit knackered. Mick kindly fiberglassed inside, so it's nice and strong now, but we can get some vinyl and cover that. And while we're doing that, we might as well just get all of that bit done as well, so it looks nice and fancy. That's what we said. Did you talk about taking it apart? And
no, this is the first video since I started to take it apart again because I fucked up. Hi. Yeah, so what we did, we got to the end of the last clip that you'll see.
in part one.
In part one. We're going to do part 1 and 2.
Part one's out, isn't it?
No.
Oh.
No, it's part 2, sorry. That I've got ready to edit up, so we could
is
do it
part
as a
3.
3-parter.
So this is part 3.
Yeah. Or, if it looks like we haven't got enough enough video, then it's going to be, this will be part 2 of. Anyway, the last clip that you'll have seen, that towards the end, we were talking with Mick, and Mick was like, it's a real shame to go to the extent that we've gone to on the rest of the vehicle and not do the same with the dash. We were we were actually at the point where we're trying to go gun-ho again, try and get it to rustable. That's not going to happen, as you'll probably notice, because this video will be out way after rustable. We just got to stop rushing now.
Yeah, we've decided, because we started to compromise the quality, so we were putting bits on that were still rusty, and on the inside, and it's just the bits you're going to see, isn't it? So we've just stopped that. We'll take away those goals. We're still going to try and go at it, aren't we? But
yeah.
It'll take as long as it needs to take just to get it right, particularly the interior here, because it needs to be right, isn't it? It's what you're going to see. You're going to see a nice engine bay, a nice body, and you get in, and then you see a knackered dash. So in my head, I was justifying it as, it's fine, like it's original character, it'll never be like that again. But actually, we're trying to get it to a really nice high standard of what it would have been like, you're sort of rolling out production and going into the military. So
and we've gone this far.
Yeah.
Everything's shiny, clean, really smart. We've gone to the extent of completely rebuilding the bulkhead, the chassis, the engine. Why would you stop there? And he's absolutely right. So we've taken a step back. So what you'll have seen us putting on, actually, we've taken off again.
Yeah, most of it, haven't we? So we've still got a few bits. So the binnacles in. We've got the lower dash in. We're not going to remove that, are we? But
no.
Sections like here, where you would normally, waving the camera around, where you would normally have the light switch and a few other parts over here. So like the vent openers, things like that. They're all going to get painted up and should look a lot nicer. So
yeah, and we're also going to do the screws as well, because we've got odd screws here, there, and everywhere. And just here, you see that's a new screw. We're not going to touch the dash top.
It's actually pretty good, isn't it?
It's pretty good apart from here. However,
burns.
This is original, and it's in quite good nick. And our sort of justification for that is that we've got to leave something original. And this is part of the story of Bob.
Yeah.
So yes, I know it's gone from being a driveway restoration to a full-on nut and bolt, but I think we're going to leave that.
Yeah, and I
Because
think,
if we
trying to
recover
cover it probably might not look great, will it?
No, it won't be the right texture and things like that, and we'll never get the bits in the screws
And
right.
these are hard to find in this condition,
They are
aren't they?
very,
So
very
actually,
hard.
it's nice just to leave that.
And the likelihood is you'll probably end up with like a mobile phone mount or something there anyway and cover it up. Who knows? You know, stick it in with some wood screws, everyone's a winner. He's joking. He's not there. It's all right.
We just try and wind Mick up.
So yeah, aim of the game is we're waffling. We've been here, an hour and a half again, and we're just waffling shit. But
And we were hooning a discovery.
yeah,
So.
we were. That's true. Because you got to have a bit of fun.
Got it.
Right, I'm doing a bit of prep on the carb elbow. So Bob's old one here been absolutely smashed in, where they tried to get it to fit under the bonnet after fitting the LPG. So had a little collar that fitted on for the LPG, and it raised this up too high. So they put a hump in the bonnet, if you remember, and then they'd whack this in with a hammer. Looked like before they'd put that hump in to try and get it to fit. So got this one off Fleabay, 30 quid, which actually was a bit annoying, because then I found on Series Parts, where we got the bump stop extensions from, they'd got these pretty much new old stock for 26 quid. So quite a rare part if you're trying to find it. So if you are after one, check out Series Parts. So I'm just going to put this on this bench grinder with the wire wheel on it and get it to look nice. So let's do it. Right, Liam is just finishing off that carb elbow that I was working on a minute ago. So he's using the flat disc on the grinder just to make that really nice and shiny. And it's actually coming up pretty good. So the wire brush on the bench grinder just wasn't strong enough, but the flat disc is taking all that pitting out that the rust has caused. Over here then, we have Andy, who's scotching up the fuel tank, so nice team effort tonight. Hi Andy.
Hello.
So that's getting scotched up so Liam can hit that with paint. We've got the Pinky's tent set up ready for paint spraying. I am working, I've just washed up the, where is it? The airbox. This all-bath filter, the top's a bit battered on it. And Andy was just saying it's probably worthwhile just stripping this back here. So I'm just going to use the flapper that we used on the carb elbow just to whiz round there. And that should make it look pretty. Right, that is looking a lot better now. Brake clean! So Andy's got some brake cleaner, some paint stripper from, where is it from? Is it a Temu special?
It was an Instagram advert, I think.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
So it could be good.
Could be.
Or it could be horrific. You just never know.
Oh, fear. Oh, they give you a brush that doesn't fit in the fucking bottle.
So we're going to see if it works on a small part of Bob. And then the idea is that we'll use that when we're stripping the rest of the parts, like the tub. I mean, it pretty much is just the tub now. Right, Liam is doing some painting. I'm going to be his light. Welcome back to night 2. So we were planning tonight to do some painting. So we've got all the bits that we need to put back onto the dash that we took off to paint. But weather now is getting colder, so we don't want to paint outside. So this weekend we are coming over and we're going to sort out the booth here in Mick's workshop, just to get that back up and running since we moved it, because I don't know if you saw on Mick's stream, but the booth used to come out here on an angle. We moved it that way, but we still need to reconnect up the extractor, so we're going to sort that. So tonight, because we were so organised at the start, we're now flying. No. So yeah, we chucked everything into boxes, thinking we might need that later on, and there was absolutely no system, as Mick's commented on a few times now, making us feel really bad. So, yeah, tonight, because the weather's not great and we can't paint, we thought, actually, let's just get this done. Mick's suggestion, just sort this out so that when we actually do get to the painting reassembly part, we can just grab the bags and start chucking it on, and it's going to save us a lot of time. Definitely do this at the start. So when you're taking stuff off, bag it, tag it, spend that time, and then at the end, it's a breeze, rather than having to do this now because it's a bit painful.
Hello. Reed, welcome back to Art Attack.
So you would have seen in the time lapse all the parts moving around and getting shuffled about, and we've bagged everything. Look at this. That organisation, that's what you want from the start, not at this stage of a rebuild. But this is going to help us loads, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, short-term pain for long-term gain, in it. You know, it's taken us what 2 hours to go through that, hour and a half, 2 hours. But now, you know, if we want carb rebuild kits, there. If we want the signs for the dash, it's there. Wing wiring boxes, wing wiring, it's there. Yeah. Everything's just at hand now. So it'll only take us a short amount of time to be able to sift through and go, oh, I need rad cal thing with airbox and wing nut. There.
There's some good labelling there. And then we've just got in charge of that. We've got bigger stuff, haven't we? Like the seals and stuff that you kind of just know what that is. I'd be worried if we didn't know what this was.
We've got this far into a rebuild and we don't know what the steering wheel is.
This goes on the tyre, doesn't it?
That's right, mate, yeah. It's for tightening the wheel nuts.
Check this out as well. Mick and Liam had a great idea that we could Bluetooth this old Pi speaker.
It was Mick's.
And
radio chatter through it.
Yeah, so when it shows, put some radio chatter through that.
10-4.
Mint. But yeah, so I think, and also it's probably worth pointing out that if we hadn't had Mick tonight, I don't think we wouldn't have done this. We wouldn't have had a clue what anything was.
We'd have still just been mumbling way through it, trying to work out what's what, wouldn't we?
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, if you're doing it, do it at the start. Take lots of pictures. If you haven't got someone that already knows their way around Land Rovers, just photo everything and document it.
And it doesn't really help you, even if you buy the new parts like ship a Brit part, labelling and any labelling. To be perfectly honest, rubber strip door top.
Yeah, cool. What I mean, that one's better than some of them that I've seen, because some of them
strap assembly.
Yeah, it didn't tell you anything.
What the fuck is a strap? Sorry, what the Jeff is a strap assembly. Well, that is for the spare wheel, so it's been marked up correctly.
Yeah.
But Mick knows what it is. That it's just in a clear bag. What is it? Well, that is a. What is that?
That's door top.
Door tops rubber.
I have presents. They're not new.
Ooh.
But they are genuine Y-pack headlights.
Ooh, look at that.
They are nice.
Look at that. Now it turns out that Bob's.
It's got some horrible.
And
it rattles.
Well, hold it to camera like the camera can hear, but it's me.
And it shouldn't have that pilot hole in the bottom. So
and this
took them out of his Defender to put some LEDs in.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
But you can have them for Bob.
Amazing.
They're genuine.
Thanks, mate.
No sweat.
That is awesome.
So that's the proper headlights that will go into the refurbished.
Yeah. There you go. Well done.
Thank you, sir.
Beautiful.
So yes.
So yeah, this video went off in a bit of a tangent because it started off as rebuilding bulkhead, and then because of the weather we couldn't paint in, we thought we might as well crack on and get this done.
This is essential. Like we said right at the start, don't mess about. Just label stuff. I know it takes a bit of time. That's taken us, like I say, about an hour and a half, 2 hours to do that. But if you're doing it as you're taking stuff off, you know, especially if there's a few of you, there's no excuse why we couldn't have had somebody taking it off, putting it into a bag and labelling it.
And I guess in most cases, if you're doing this on your drive, you're not going to be stripping at the kind of pace that we did. No. So we got carried away with
using angle grinders.
Can I make another donation to Bob?
You may.
A brand new Series 3 handbook.
Oh,
no
wow.
way. That's insane. Thanks, me. Check that out. Box fresh.
As if that's still a thing.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Box fresh, never been used. everything you could possibly need. And it doesn't say on the front cover, don't drink the battery acid.
Yes, it'll tell you how to adjust tappets and
It tells you
everything.
how to adjust the tappets.
Fantastic.
That's the thing of beauty, isn't it, that?
Oh, look at that. How cool is
Yeah.
that? Even tells you how to wear a seatbelt.
Thanks, Mick.
No sweat.
So yeah, next video, I guess, is probably going to be back painting, getting the bulkhead finished.
Yeah, I mean, we're here on Thursday. We'll probably be building up throttle assembly and stuff like that because, again, it's going to be too cold for paint.
There's going to be a load of shot blasting here you can prime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although priming is going to be an issue in the cold as well, isn't it?
Rattle it.
Okay, so we've got the next one's going to be a bit of this and that. We're recommissioning the paint booth with Mick on Sunday. Get that back up and running because he's got a big long list of stuff that's got to go through the paint booth, and then we can actually start painting and baking stuff.
Yeah.
Which at this time of year, painting at this time of year, especially with 2-pack, is just no good. So yeah, we get the paint booth back up and running, then we can start to get stuff painted and bolted back on, get the black shiny stuff back on,
Yeah.
airbox can go back in, pipes, clips, wing boxes, etc. Stuff.
Yeah.
And then we can actually look at starting to paint some of the panels as well.
Yeah, because quite a lot of the panels are done now. We've just got the tub
And the bonnet, I think, isn't it?
the bonnet and the window.
Oh, I need to repair the
frame
grill as
thingy.
well, don't we?
Yeah, the front.
2 repair panels on the grill. Yeah, so all of this stuff can be painted, but we need to bake it, so we need to get
We've got loads of stuff in the booth ready to be painted, haven't we?
Yeah. And like I say, Mick's got a big, there's a couple of projects that he's got in the workshop that need to be painted.
Yeah.
So it's holding him up, so
Tyres have got to go off to that place as well, so we need to strip them. Maybe Thursday we whip them off.
we could do that, yeah.
I'll bring the Mitsubishi Shitty down and we pile them in. So yes, lots to do. So
Slowed down a little bit. You might notice a slowed down pace in the videos, and we apologise for that, but this sort of stuff takes time. We did discuss that we're going to start taking our time with it and do it properly and get
blasting.
a full on finish to it, match everything else that we've done.
Yeah.
Mainly because Mick shouted at us, but
I didn't shout at you.
that's a joke. It's a joke.
I had a little word in my ear.
He did. He did indeed. As you may have noticed from the last video, where I just faded it out, and there's a little explanation as to why. And it's absolutely right. You can't just cut corners on this shit. We've gone this far. We've done this much work
that you've done so far, and I'd hate to, at the end of it for you to sit back and look at it and go, that looks amazing on the outside. And as soon as Dave sits in it, he goes,
Yeah, should have done that.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he's absolutely right. And, little things like the screws, we were putting rusty screws back in it, and I know that would have bugged the shit out of me eventually, and it will you, and it
and there's one
definitely
statement
will
that
me.
people always say, and it rubs me completely the wrong way. When there's something you put on the vehicle and they go, well, you can't see it anyway.
Yeah. The fact of the matter is that we know it's been done, and I think that's a satisfaction and a peace of mind as well, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
So, with all these things, if there's anything come out of this so far that we can recommend, don't rush. Mm-hmm. Don't set yourself unrealistic goals. I think that was half of our problem. We looked, 6 months ago, we looked at it and we thought, trucks, tanks, firepower, no problem at all. We'll annihilate that. No, it's not realistic.
Yeah, and I think you could kill yourself probably, and we might have made it there, but I think we'd have had to cut corners, and your rest of your life suffers as well, doesn't it? Like, because you spend so much time and energy on it. So yeah, it's worth just taking your time, enjoying it. I think that's the thing.
And the one thing we need to mention as well about restorations, if anybody was thinking about going down this path, you know about it, I know about it, and Liam knows about it, the knock-on effect of your family.
Yeah, it does have a big impact.
Massive.
Yeah.
It does have a big impact. You've got to just take a step back, or in our case, the ladies have got to tell us, look, back off. and just slow down and take your time with it.
Yeah.
Because we were getting to a point where we were starting to not enjoy it, and I think that's the danger.
Yeah.
Because it's the part of, a whole process of restoring a vehicle is to enjoy it as well.
Yeah.
I did it with a midget, and there was many times where I thought, what the am I doing? What am I doing? This is a real potty mouth one. I'm sorry, mate. You're going to have to do a lot of bleeping. And you have to take a step back. And you may have seen in the Moggy one where I was doing the welding, there was a point in that video where I was like, I can't do this. It's way beyond me. And then the next thing you see is me fixed it. Because you just got to take a step back, and sometimes you also need somebody to say, right, well, just walk away from it, come back to it with a fresh mind. And I think that's important.
I think the enjoyment thing's massive, isn't it? Because this is our hobby. You want to enjoy it, but then you put a lot of pressure on yourself when you're doing this and outside, because we're constantly trying to push ahead with it.
Yeah.
So take your time, enjoy it.
Yeah,
and
don't
bag and tag.
Bag and tag, and don't make promises to YouTube. Because that's the other thing. We said we'll be at Trucks, Tanks and Firepower, and there's a level of stress involved there as well, because you're constantly trying to churn the videos out, and sometimes you get to a point where you think, hang on a minute, there's no quality here. We're just starting to upload videos for the sake of it, which we haven't done. We've managed to be able to avoid that, and hopefully you'll agree that the quality of the videos that we're putting up is pretty good.
Chassis started to get a bit tedious, didn't it?
It did, but it's important to cover it, because
it takes a long time.
You need to see that it takes a long time, and when we come to the next video, we won't go into that detail. Not the next video that we do, but the next project that we do. We won't go into that detail with the chassis. It'll be a very glossed over, this is what we're doing, lots of time lapse, Bosch done in one video. Because you've seen it. You've seen us go through the torment and the torture. And, the end result, I think, speaks for itself. Put the time in, put the effort in, and don't be scared of these things.
It's eye-opening though, isn't it? I came into it, never done a restoration before, didn't have an idea really of what we were going to do, and then actually the amount of time it takes, and we've put a lot of time in, haven't we? But I can see why, that guy that lives near me that's got his Series 1, took him 10 years to restore that.
Yeah, it certainly can do, especially if you've only doing it a couple of hours here and there.
Exactly, yeah. I
mean, we're fortunate that we're in the situation that we can do a nut and bolt restoration on this, which was never the original plan.
No.
But because we've been given this opportunity, I think it's hugely important that we get the best product out at the end of it.
Yeah, definitely.
So,
right.
We're waffling.
Enough waffle. Thanks for watching. If you wouldn't mind, check out the description below. We've got some links there to DJI where you can grab some stuff from them. We've also got our Patreon down there. We've got links to Mick's Twitch where he streams. So that'd be great if you go and support him. And I think that's about it.
DJI, send us some gear. Come on, come on.
Nice little drone would be great.
Well, we'd also like one of those new 5 Pros. If you want some reviews, send us one of those. Just saying.
Anyway, thanks for watching.
See you later.
Bye.